Huh?
Invite uninterrupted to join.
Okay. Uh, did they request to join? Somebody trying to tap in with me? I think I just did. I think I just did. I just sent the invite. Obviously, y'all can tell I don't be on live like that, but for a pretty cool announcement like this, I had to tap in with y'all. I got somebody else that's gonna be joining me in a little bit, and then we'll get going. We'll get going. Who is playing right now? Virginia Tech versus who? Is that North Carolina State? Yeah, NC State. Yep. Mm. Mm. I feel like it's been a little minute since V Tech though was like really, really good. Like they used to be, man.
You said the invite to you in, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
Thursday night, brother. Were you in Minnesota? How the weather over there?
Man, I think it's the first time I came to Minnesota. It wasn't snowing. I'm gonna be honest.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There ain't no wrong with it at all. I got a nice little puffer jacket. I Scully on. I ain't even need it. I just nice little hoodie. I'm straight.
Put your gear on. That, by the way, nothing like fall gear. Put a nice hoodie on. We from Ohio. We love fall gear.
Yeah, we love the layer. We love the layer.
We love it, man. Another thing we love is football. It's Thursday night. It's a
So
good
excited.
one. It's a good one too.
Oh, what? Buccaneers versus the Ravens? I'm too excited. You got the GOAT versus one of the most electrifying players the NFL's ever seen at the quarterback position in Lamar Jackson. So I'm super gassed about this one.
And I think both of them are 3-4, right? They both need it.
Yeah, I mean, they had some tough losses, man. Like, obviously Baltimore, a couple of those games early on when, that Miami game was tough. That Buffalo game was tough that they lost down the stretch, with Tampa Bay, just them trying to get healthy. Like a lot of Brady's weapons, ain't been healthy all year. He hasn't had Julio, Mike Evans.
Julio back tonight, by the way.
Julio back tonight. Mike Evans was suspended a game. Chris Godwin is, kind of been in and out too, recovering from his injury. So, it's the offense hasn't looked like this looked over the last few years. So they both trying to.
Yeah, how about this? I saw a stat just a minute ago. Baltimore and Philly are the only two teams in the league to hold double-digit leads every game. That means Baltimore has been up by more than I think they've been up more than a touchdown or two in the second half of like 3 of their 4 losses or something like that.
That's insane. I mean, listen, when we was watching the Miami game, they was up 21 in the fourth.
Exactly.
They won in the fourth. And I mean, that's the difference between them being undefeated like, the Eagles and being 3-4, like you just said.
Yeah, and then Baltimore. I mean, Tampa's got a little bit because their division is not as tough.
Right, right.
But Baltimore can't. Cincinnati getting it rolling. They lost Chase, but if they get rolling, they got to stay close with Cincinnati because I don't think two teams will make it out of that division.
Nah, me either. And even with Cleveland not playing as well, and obviously that's our home team. In Pittsburgh, obviously with Roethlisberger, they trying to figure out their thing, the quarterback position. But when you play division games, it don't matter the record.
Yeah, don't matter.
Oh, it's
Don't matter.
always tough. Mike Tomlin gonna always have his guys ready no matter what.
Well, you said Cleveland. Cleveland's been painful to watch this year, but I ain't heard you talk shit about the Cowboys in a long. I mean, maybe since like 1997 or something. You still a Cowboys fan?
Nah, man. I had to chill out. I had to chill out on the Cowboys, man. Like, man, there's just a lot of things that was going on during the, when guys were kneeling and guys were having, freedom of speech and wanted to do it in a very peaceful, manner. And, a lot of people in they front office and a lot of people that, ran the organization was like, if you do that around here, then you would never play, for this franchise again. And, I just didn't think that was appropriate. So
Makes total sense.
I like a lot of the players on the team still. I love CeeDee Lamb. Obviously, our boy Zeke, Buckeye, I still mess with him. I love Micah Parsons. He's a dog. Oh,
He's
my
a dog.
God. Micah Parsons is a dog, Trayvon Diggs, but I had to turn it in, even though I still got a lot
So
of
now you all in on the Browns.
I'm all in on the Browns, and we we won one shining moment.
Every week we text back and forth. I told you after it was either last week or 2 weeks, I'm done. I can't.
Yeah,
it's painful, man. It's painful. It's fucking painful.
Painful. It's painful, man. But I hope they get it right, man. We got Deshaun coming back in a few weeks, hopefully. The NFL is all about a franchise quarterback, like, and if Deshaun, obviously we haven't seen him play in a year plus, but if he's anything to what we saw, when he was with the Texans them last couple of years, man, then it's worth every penny,
Totally. Well, listen, you and I, we could talk football all night. We've been talking football for 25 or 30 years. I actually just got finished getting my hair cut. Literally just got out the shop. They even gave me this hat. I left with a hat. I got a haircut and a hat. But now we actually get a chance to talk football for real, like fucking pros. Like you get to be your one of your idols, John Madden. Shout out to John Madden.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. But you actually get to do it because November 17th, the shop will be on Amazon. Thursday Night Football, Titans, Packers, which will be another game that will be much needed. But we're going to be live from the shop on Thursday Night Football in the shop. We actually get to talk for real, like we really know what we're talking about.
Man, that's the announcement we wanted to make to everybody, y'all. Like Carter just said, we are live from the shop November 17th, man. Packers and Titans. And like you said, we get to talk football, like, like the late great Madden, like all the analysts that do the game, like seriously, like we love football. And for us to have this moment, we're uninterrupted in the shop, and for us to be able to bring this, to Thursday night, I think it's incredible for us, man. I'm happy to be a part of it. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, and the idea of the shop and the brand always stood for community empowerment, bringing people together. And as we know in our neighborhood, on a Saturday morning, when you went and that was the busiest time in the shop, was Saturday morning. It was like that day your mom could drop you off, and my mom would drop me off at 9 o'clock. It might not come get me till 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But you talk football. You talk what happened on Friday night. The St. V beat this team, or the book will play. And then you talked about what was going to happen on Saturday.
Yep.
We had to talk Ohio State. And there might be one or two people who had other teams. You talk shit with them. And then we talked about Sunday. So talking football is actually a big part of the shop. So I'm happy we get to do it.
No, absolutely. I mean, it warmed my heart when we was able to make that come to fruition. And, in our first game, we get to see one of the greatest quarterbacks ever.
Absolutely.
We get to see A-Rod, and then we get to see my favorite player in the NFL and King Henry. So, it's definitely a treat.
Absolutely. A big treat. I'm looking forward to it. Now, instead of just talking shit about football in your basement. We actually get to do it. People actually get to listen to us on TV, and we're gonna bring in guests and people and have fun, but really talk the sport and know the sport and show people how Ohio boys really do know and love football. Honestly, I always say to people ask me my favorite sport. I love basketball with my heart, but football is still my favorite sport.
Yep.
I mean, I can't help it.
Yeah, for sure. Basketball is my heart, but football is in my core. I mean, you grew up in Ohio; it's a football state. I mean, you got schools like Hoban, you got St. V, you got Massillon, you got
Ignatius,
Ignatius, all
Saint
these
yes.
Solar, you got all these big time football schools that produce so many NFL players, and I mean, Hall of Fame players. Like, you know what I'm saying? The state of Ohio is just, flooded with great, football players. Myself and you were two of those guys as well. I mean, we out there every Friday night. Friday Night Lights is nothing better than that in Ohio. So for us to be able to talk about it now and bring it to life in the NFL form, shout out to the NFL too for rocking with us on that, though. But it's gonna be dope.
Absolutely. Shout out to the NFL. Shout out to Amazon. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for the announcement. Look forward to seeing you guys. See you guys all on November 17th. Titans Packers, Thursday Night Football in the shop.
Packers, baby. King Henry, A-Rod, the shop, Amazon. Like, listen, it's gonna be one heck of a day. So let's get ready for it. I'm already counting down the days.
Absolutely. Peace, my brother.
Love, brother.
Love you.